Hello, boys and girls. Today we're going to be working through our last math lesson for Chapter 7. So we've been working with time. Today we're going to be looking specifically at AM and PM. So our essential question is, how do you use AM and PM to describe times? So that's what we should be able to do at the end of our lesson. So we're on page 527. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger, and it says, draw the clock hands to show each time, then write each time. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to think of some activities that you do in the afternoon or the evening, right? So morning or evening, I should say. Morning or evening, not afternoon or evening. You're going to choose an activity that you do in the morning, and you're going to choose an activity that you do in the evening. And you're going to draw a picture and write a label for the picture for an activity that you do in the morning and one you do in the evening, and then show the time that you do each activity on the clocks, okay? So the first activity that we do in the morning happens at 8:30. And at 8:30 in the morning, we come to school. So you're going to draw me a quick picture here in the blank of you, maybe what it might look like when you're getting ready for school or coming to school, and then draw the hands on the clock to show that. And then something you might do in the evening, right, is you go to bed. And in the, or maybe, let's see, how about we eat dinner? How about 6 o'clock? 6 o'clock, we usually eat dinner at our house. So 6 o'clock in the evening, we eat dinner. So I want you to draw the hands on the clock to show 6 o'clock, and then draw me a picture of you eating dinner at your table in the evening. So go ahead and pause your video and work through those two things. All right, so my first clock for 8:30 in the morning, so that's, let's see, let me switch. I'm going to go to here, because this is going to make it a little bit easier for me to show the time. Okay, so at 8:30 in the evening, so 8:30 is 8:30, so I have to draw my hour hand half past and draw it short. So there's my hour hand. And my minute hand is going to be at o'clock, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, so it's going to be at 30. And it's going to be pointing straight down to the end of the clock. So there's 8:30, and then you should have drawn me a picture of something of you getting ready for school in the morning or on your way to school at 8:30. And then the evening, I said I usually eat dinner in our house at 6 o'clock in the evening, so I'm going to draw my hour hand to the 6. And I'm going to draw my minute hand to o'clock, because it's 6 o'clock. Just like that. Okay? All right, let's go to the next page. So our model and draw today says noon is 12 o'clock in the daytime. So let me give you an idea of something we do at noon. At noon, here at school, we've just finished lunch and we're getting ready to do our last lesson for the day. Midnight is 12 o'clock at night. So at 12 o'clock at night, most of us are usually sleeping at midnight at 12 o'clock at night. So down here it says times after midnight and before noon are written with AM. So again, that's times after midnight, but before noon are written as AM. So 11 a.m. is in the morning. So at 11 a.m., we are getting ready to head outside to the mileage track or recess. Okay? Times after noon and before midnight are written with PM. So 11 p.m. is in the evening. So this guy, he's knocked out. He's sleeping, right? Because that's what you do in the evening. So let's go ahead and trace these times real quick. I think I'm going to have to switch back to my pen. Yep. So 11 o'clock a.m. and this one's going to be 11 o'clock p.m. and that should, I got to do better than that, right? Even with my computer pen, I know I can do better than that. There we go. And so that's 11 o'clock p.m. So that's what we're working through today. So it says write the time, then circle a.m. or p.m. So write this time, and then we were ready to write it here. So that's 7:15, right? And if you look at the picture, he is eating breakfast, so that's going to be a.m., right? Morning activity. Go to art class. Now, this isn't what time we go, but this is what time we're going to use as an example. So take the look at the time on the clock, write it here in the digital, and then circle if it's going to be a.m. or p.m. Number 3, do homework. Is that going to be write the time? And then we do homework. Is that going to be AM or PM? Number 4, arrive at school. So you're going to, same thing, take this time, write it down here, and then circle AM or PM. So go ahead and do 1, 2, 3, 4 if you haven't done them already. Pause your video. All right, let's go to the next page. So same thing, you're going to look at the activity. What's going on? Is it AM or PM? And then write the time for the clock to match. So do 5, 6, 7, and 8. Pause your video. All right, so this first clock here is showing, let's see, the hours 2:50. And it looks like they're getting out of school, so it's going to be PM. The next clock shows 10:30. And I know it's not 10:30 PM because we'd be sleeping, so it's 10:30 AM. This clock, it says eat lunch, so it's 11:45. And that's going to be PM. Or no, take that back, AM. Look at the moon. Okay, so let's see. 8:15. And that's going to be PM. All right. Let's see. Let's continue to the next page. And we're going to look at the Think Smarter problem. It says the clock shows the time Jane goes to recess. Write the time, then circle AM or PM. So go ahead and pause your video and do that. Okay, so you should have come up with Jane goes to recess at 11:30 AM because it's not afternoon yet, 12 in the afternoon, right? Recess lasted 1 hour. Write the time recess was over, write AM or PM. So if we add 1 hour to 11:30, right? So we're at 11:30. If we add 1 hour, that means the minute hand has to go around one time and the hour hand is going to go to the next hour. The time would be 12:30. Okay, and so now that it's after 12, is it going to be AM or PM? PM. All right, let's get to the homework pages. Oops. So you need to do the whole page, page 531, and the following page, 532. We got 2 more clock problems and spiral review. So stuff you should know. Okay? All right, good luck.